Yeah, this is good. Who made this? Lama Chama Zero.
I did.
And Pamela Zoso.
The Sri Kabasha Rinpoche.
She in the middle.
Yeah, which way? Pointing
This way. This way. No. She is like this. Yeah. Please. Okay, this is very good illustration. And so when the mantra move around, so each of them in same speed, but not the lotus turning, no. Yeah? Mantra is turning. So it's moving. Huh?
If it doesn't stay,
Yeah.
it stays.
Stay. She stay. She doesn't move. She is chief. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Looks like a birthday cake.
Huh?
Which way does it turn? Can you clockwise?
Clockwise.
Thank you.
Yeah. You should color. Never same. You know.
Can't be perfect.
Very good. Thank you very much. Very good.
Nice.
Okay.
So we can just make a picture and
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we stopped at the recitation mantra, wasn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Kiran.
Yeah, Kiran. The while you are reciting mantra, well, before that, you do the supplication prayers for each of the lower realms and upper realms, and then you recite one mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum 3 times, and then start the second prayer, third prayer. You can go in that way. And to transform the universe, to transform all the realms, especially the realm that we directly experience, transform into the nirvana, yeah, of Chenrezig. Excuse me. Sambhogakaya land means when any living beings, including in the past, Buddhas were like that, when they enlightened time, when the Buddha was enlightening, then their appearance to the mind of Buddha, the appearance is different. They did not enlighten in the form, on the physical form of the human realm, and also not, it's completely appearance changed. It's called Sambhogakaya land. Sambhogakaya means, Sambhogakaya is naturally appeared as one of the most pure. There's nothing more pure exists, most pure land, and oneself is in this appeared in this form, yeah, this kind of. But this is metaphor. But anyway, not fleshy bony physical form that we have. No, it's kind of rainbow body appears, and through that, then they enlightened themselves. First, themselves have a different appearance, and then after that, then enlightened. So it is not that they to the person who is in the process of enlightening have the same illusion of human form or any living being's form. It's changing into the Sambhoga Kaya. So, okay, no one can imagine how it will. Yeah. Therefore, metaphor was invented. This kind of Vajradhara form. Yeah. In order you to think something else, which lead your mind, your habit, you change. Yeah? Change your habit is from normal, ordinary, from the habit of normal, ordinary form that you grasp, is changed into that. So this is a kind of methods, yeah, skillful methods to, the Vajradhara here in blue skin, blue color, and holding Vajra, and this metaphor actually. This is a metaphor, 100%. When you enlightening, not necessarily you yourself will appear in this. Yeah. Okay? And that now you adopt here. So when you generate the blessing power towards to sentient beings, you yourself, as well as all living beings, transform into Chenrezig, yeah. So when the light, first you generate the light, sentient beings transform into Chenrezig's form to liberate them, and then yourself, yeah, appears in Chenrezic form. So when it's written there at the end, then everybody Chenrezig, every speech is mantra, every the universe, all the universe is Shinkam, the Nirvana. But in the practice time, you already do that, yeah, while you are reciting mantra. Okay? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So with this kind of belief, yeah, we call the words clinging is not appropriate, yeah, to say, but by thinking that yourself is real Chenrezig. Yeah, the moment you receive the blessing light, then you are already sentient beings are Chenrezig, and yourself is in Chenrezig form. Yeah, and then you recite mantra in the same way. And at the end, then the Chenrezig descent, absorbed by you. Yeah? Absorbed by you, and then you and Chenrezig is in one nature. So this is to transform the normal habit of having physical form, yeah, into, usually we die, and then bado, and then again conceive in another life. Yeah, the mind goes to grasp another life, like egg, chicken egg, or whatever. Yeah, caterpillar,
Oh no.
or any. Yeah. So that transfer by thinking, the Chenrezig absorbed to you, and then instantly you and Chenrezig is in one nature. So that particular moment of the habit of dying, and also here in this is mainly practice of Chenrezig as a abhishek, blessing. So transform your birth, normal habit of birth, then bardo, and then birth, death, and then bardo, and then again birth, and then develop, and then death, and bardo. Yeah, that continue. So whole will transform through one level, one line, one way. Okay. So enormous concentration is required for this. Nagarjuna, one of Nagarjuna's students, could not concentrate very well. So then he told him to concentrate, that he has a horn here, long horn. He could do that very well instead of doing others. So he did that very well, and Nagarjuna told him, keep doing that. And then he was doing so much, and later he had the vision that horn is there, and he could not come out of his door. He had got that feeling. Yeah, okay. Now, then he told, now you think, no more there, no more there, no more. It took a long time to think no more there. So concentration, if you really could do constantly, then vision can change, So, So here now, first develop Chenrezig, then absorb to you, and then you yourself transform in, is a one way. Generally, Vajrayana practice that your mind appears in the syllable letter of Chenrezig, and then that develop as a Chenrezig, then absorb back to the letter, and then letter dissolve by itself. That's usual Vajrayana practice. But here is for the blessing part. So Chenrezig that you visualize there is descend into you and transform you into Chenrezig. That's the little difference. Is it clear to you? Please, if it's not clear, you can raise hand, okay? Then I can repeat again. Yeah.
I'm not sure about what kind of light coming from whom. Is it black light?
Black light. Black light should be bright black light, not like. What do you mean?
From different letters?
Different letter. Letter Hung.
Yeah.
Hung is in black color, yeah? And all 6 letters radiate the light, but more from letter Hung, the light went to hell realms.
What color of this light?
Black. Do you like or not? You cannot imagine black light, yeah? No, not usually easy to imagine black light, but think it, okay? You're right.
Actually, we have black light.
Is
You
it?
can have bulbs with black light,
Mhm.
like in disco, and then everything that is white is very shiny. So it shows, it sort of amplify the contrast.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
That's why I go to disco, just to understand.
Yes?
Sorry, I didn't hear when all the beings transform into Chenrezig and then you I wasn't sure when that happened.
Oh, really, while the light radiate and receiving by each of the living beings.
Like during the recitation or after your recitation?
Most practitioners do it during the recitation. Yeah. So you can do in the beginning, while you are while sentient beings receive the blessing, and then they change into Avalokiteshvara, and they end up the illusions. If any living beings in any form is illusion, so illusion is eliminated. Yeah, the method is change, transform into Avalokiteshvara. Yeah? Then their own illusion is disappear. Like you are empower them. Yeah? Is it clear?
Well, does that mean that like while you're reciting, the light goes out, they all transform, you keep reciting, and they're still all like everyone's Chenrezig, and
Yeah.
you keep reciting that way?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's very
And
good.
you are Chenrezig.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. That is very
for
good.
The whole duration of
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
So-
do that. Very good, very good. Huh? Yes?
Rinpoche, you mentioned the Ahum on Chenrezi's forehead, throat, and heart level.
Hmm.
Has anything happened with those, or we just imagine that they're there?
Here now is absorbed together, isn't it? Absorbed together. No, I mean absorbed together. All are descend into you.
During the development phase, does anything happen with those syllables?
No, nothing.
Nothing. They're
Nothing.
Just, we simply imagine that they're there.
This is there. Yeah, simply imagine it is there. Yeah.
Rinpoche,
Yes.
you said the letters on the surface, so they're flat on the surface?
No.
Oh, so in space.
The three letter Om Ahum should face towards to you, to where you face.
Okay.
Same face.
Just touching on the skin.
Yeah.
But slightly inside.
Huh?
Slightly inside.
Slightly inside. Where
Like-
many they don't care. Many they just visualize as flat. But according these, the Vajrayana is methods and target. Yeah. So interlink. You are facing this way, so letter should face this way.
So similar to the free?
Yeah,
And then it
she.
goes like that?
Yes, 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 yes.
You said that the clothes are orange, but in the commentary it says white and red.
White.
Is it not?
Which you like the most? You should offer which you like the most. Yeah.
Likes black.
Huh?
She likes black.
White. White, beautiful white. Which material you like the most? You should visualize that. Hmm?
I had another question. Is there self-visualization of yourself as Chenrezig,
Mm.
the way you describe it?
Mm.
Or just above you?
No. First, you are in ordinary form, and visualize Chenrezig on top of your head. Yeah, and then you receive the light from mantra. Okay. Before that, sorry. Each of the letter generate the light and helped all sentient beings in different realms. Yeah, transform all of them into Chenrezig. Their physical form is not anymore exist. They have the Chenrezig appearance, and all their speech is mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. Yeah, powerful speech. Okay, and then you simultaneously yourself is also appeared as a Chenrezig. Yeah, you will not concentrate too much for yourself, because here is attitude is mainly towards to sentient beings. Yeah, but yourself is also included. So let the light first me. I must not go to hell, and first me. No, like that. For example, so for sentient beings, you are included like that. Yeah. And absorbed to you. Yeah, absorbed to you. And when it's absorbed to you, then you concentrate yourself, which in one sadhana has it. But we didn't write here. The one sadhana of this Tantong Gyalpo tradition has it, which is written by Jamgon Kongtrul. There is also. Then yourself appears as Chenrezig. We did not teach so far. Yeah. For that you need Abhishek. So yourself is Chenrezig, but then again the mantra, everything here, and then recitation, and then again process is there. So far I did not teach that. Yeah. So yourself appears in Chenrezig, and moment the Chenrezig is absorbed to you, and then you appears in Chenrezig form is also absorbed by itself. The universe and all sentient beings absorbed by itself, and then try to be in the level of your mind free from any thoughts. Yeah? You have to try to be in that. So descend Chenrezig into you. And you can keep for some time yourself appears as a Chenrezig, or if it is convenient, yourself is also absorbed by itself, and then directly enter into the state of mind free from the thoughts. Now here, you do the meditation what described in Boundless Awakening. Directly, just keep your mind. Yeah? Free from thoughts means you experience, of course you are alive, so you know, you are fully awake, but you know whether your mind has thought or not. And you will know when the thoughts arise. And simultaneously you will see, you will experience the thoughts, particular thought appears, but then just experience it by looking at that particular thought, then more nature will show up, not the single thought exists there. Single thought only can be exist by second thought, like third, connect to your kind of normal work. So when you recognize these single thoughts will not last there. It will change into its nature. That you will be able to experience through being aware of your mind. So the moment Chenrezig is descent into you, and yourself is dissolved, and then you go into my nature, like that. Here, the powerful condition, the condition is, first you meditate Chenrezig, and then you recited mantra, and all the process of the compassion practice, and that's also connected to the Chenrezig's mind, yeah, that will accumulate enormous merits. And when you invited the blessing through light, and try, you are executing the power to help sentient beings. Yeah? That is one way how to accumulate great merits. And at the same time, the negative karmas that you have in the mind will be purified. The nature of mind, yes, nature of mind is free of ignorant. Yeah, ignorant is the self-clinging. When you self-clinging mind is now already controlled by thinking yourself, by thinking of sentient beings, or sentient beings, and you develop enormous devotion towards Tricharezi and requested giving you blessing and all sentient beings. So all these self-clinging mind is controlling by the attitude of thinking of Cherezi and giving blessing to sentient beings. So it's a forcefully you are changing that attitude. Same time, it will purify the negative minds as well as negative karma. Okay, slightly less powerful than the main Vajrayana practice, like yourself, visualize yourself is in Yidam and little few steps distance like that. The visualizing yourself is in the form of Chenrezig, and then directly enter into that not depends on the Chenrezig separate from you and asking blessing. No, you yourself is in Chenrezig, is like few steps closer to the good result. Yeah, and the devotion. This is devotion practice, so a little bit slower, but you don't have to be hurry for that. I mean, you don't have to be that hurry for enlightenment, because less risky also. Yeah? All right. So this blessing power and generating compassion power, and same time purification practice. What you're doing contribute to eliminating all the obscurations of your mind. When you go into the mind nature meditation, you will be more successful and more powerful, quicker to realize the Buddha nature mind, because a lot of the obscurations are eliminating by a very strong methods that you implementing just before you do the mind nature meditation. So it's wisely leading into that. Yeah, first Cherezi and receiving blessing, and then absorb everything, and then you sit in mind nature. How to think about mind nature, then you the instructions that what I explained in Boundless Awakening. These are the mind, the nature of mind, how it is Buddha nature, how it is free of the obscuration. Everything well explained there. Of course, you should learn from our teachings too. But at that time, you just directly do the meditation. You should not think of what you read, what you heard. Then it's become thoughts. Yeah. So at that time, you don't think about it. What Lama Tsongyi said and what the Krang book says. Yeah. And what I said. No, you should not think of that. Just directly, without referring to that. Yeah? Just directly. Okay? Yeah. You can do meditation on that as long as you can. That's called combination here. Mahamudra and Cherezi combined together. The part of Mahamudra teaching I will explain more tomorrow anyway. Here, if the practitioners have time, then you should sit on that as long as you can. Yeah? More longer is the better. Okay? Yes?
It takes quite some time to visualize
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't take much time to say Om Mani Padme Hum.
Uh-huh.
So really the rate at which we are visualizing the letters must be much more slowly than just saying.
For example, Om Mani Padme Hum, that the letter shape of the letter should be memorized. Yeah. In any time during the post meditation, also you can think of the shape of the letter. Then easier for you to visualize later, because you learned that. Yeah. Like for us, this is our language, so easier to think of it. But for you and me, it takes time to memorize the shape of these letters. Yes?
I guess I'm asking, at what rate should the wheel be turning around you?
10,000 RPM.
The clockwise on your head, clockwise. Yeah, yeah.
How fast?
Yeah, good question. And some they do Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, or each of the letter moving in the same speed, yeah, independently. And then to generate power, they say it's very powerful. Yeah.
Rinpoche?
Yes.
Would it be helpful to practice writing these letters?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Come to the calligraphy course.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. Many practitioners say that when it's like the fire, the dancers, they make like this, yeah? And that's very powerful. It's more inspiring and more powerful, yes. The recitation of mantra like this, you will concentrate on it, and then that's one thing. And then when they absorb Chenrezig into you, in order to give a strength to the mind, to keep in the silent, the breath in the stomach, push up, yeah? Keep in. Then peacefully you can rest in it. But anytime meditators should not be, the stomach should not be too full. All the meditators, they say it's not good. So, like a pot, 2 parts can be filled, but 1 part must keep empty. For the meditators, it's very, very comfortable to your mind. Very full, and then meditation will not be comfortable. Cannot do well. And then they keep the breath in the stomach, let it in. Take in, yeah? So all the yoga practitioners also teach that, yeah? The breath in the stomach, keep in. And then keep in and press down. Yeah.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
It's recommended to memorize the symbols in Tibetan, or it will be done in English.
English, there are many letters. Om, O, M, then M, A. So not comfortable. Single letter is better. Sanskrit, all are single. Tibetan,
Sanskrit symbol.
if you can, Sanskrit simple is very good. Yeah.
letter is pronounced as Om Mani Padme Hum. What would be the difference between Om Mani Padme Hum and Om Mani Padme Hum?
Padme Hum is fine. Padme Hum. Padme Hum, yeah.
Lamajampa received a question. Is Bodhisattva practice compassion without rebirth? To create for others without being born in others.
Without being,
Born in others.
how can you born in others? What do you mean?
I don't know. It's I read what is written, so I don't know.
He wrote that?
I don't know. No, it's not Lamajampa.
He's going to do the driver lesson test, so then
Whoever asked this question, maybe you can clarify your question.
born in others. What? Born in
Is
others.
Bodhisattva practice compassion without rebirth?
Okay. Without rebirth can, but then without rebirth, where will you go? Without rebirth means without rebirth, then bodhisattva is
Which I guess the question means that when you're
inactive.
bodhisattva, it's not like you follow the karmic obligations that you're born. It's more like you were talking about Sambhogakaya, Nyamanakaya.
Yeah,
display
you know, it's
usually
good question.
manifestation,
Good question. Good question.
I guess.
Yes, you can, but then you have to reach that level. Yeah. So, the Samantabhadra wishing prayer, for example. All right, is a method to accumulate the merits. Then you think in every atom's carrying one devachan, yeah, in which all your beneficiaries, that you are leading them, and you meet Buddha, and you receive the Buddha's blessing and teachings, and you are leading all sentient beings like that. And then every atoms carry one, so then billion times your mind is working like that. Yeah. Why is wish? That then later this will happen simultaneously. Yeah, simultaneously happening. Therefore, the Bodhisattva's prayers: I should be bridge those who need. I should be island for the sailors to park when their ship is broken. Yeah. So how can you physically be island? Cannot. But when you achieve your wish, then it's happening to the sailors. Many sentient beings, the living beings in this earth, we have had this living this world according their illusion, according our illusion. Probably our illusion is caused by many bad karmas, so maybe it should be desert. Yeah, very hard life, but many good things happening. That's why I said this peach, yeah, peach fruit. Peach fruit, but the peach fruit came into a flat for us, easy to eat it. Yeah? Do you know that? Peach fruit.
The donut peaches.
They call donut peaches.
Donut peach, yeah. Peach is like this, and a lot of juice. So when we eat, then juice goes everywhere. But now donut peach is flat, so easy to, so juice will not fall out. For example, so we need that kind of things. It's happening, isn't it? As we need, it is happening. Yeah, good luck for us. But maybe these lucks are happening. So we get this. We have this fortunes. It's happening. All the good things happening as bodhisattvas wished for us. Yeah, all the time is not necessary our own. Someone's contributed. Yeah. So many good things here happening in this world is the wish of great bodhisattvas is happening to us, and we are lucky enough to receive it. So like that. In order to make it happen, then you need some cause. So cause has to build up, yeah, from nothing. And therefore, the cause you must associate with the living beings, otherwise how can you help them? Yeah. If you think, oh, I'm feeding all the dogs, and you are not feeding, so dogs will, then there's no cause. So you must associate with the dogs, then you feed them. Then your cause is accumulating. Cause for what? Okay, two. One is, I must feed them some good result for myself. Okay, that's small. Oh, I must feed them, then I will be more, I make wish that I will be more powerful giver. Yeah? Giver for sentient beings. Okay. You practice this cause to able to do more. Yeah. So bodhisattva means like that. So in many lifetimes I must associate with sentient beings and be helpful for them in order me to be spontaneous helper. Spontaneous helper means that once I accomplished all my wish, then all my wish is happening spontaneously to sentient beings that I don't have to I myself doesn't have to contribute any force for that. Is it clear?
Yeah. Is it like a foundation? You work hard, you create a foundation,
yeah.
Then you die, but the foundation is still
happening, yeah, like that. Yeah. So there was the Smrit Gyana was a great scholar and also yogi of Bengali. His mother passed away. So when his mother passed away, then he tried to see where is his mother. Then he found his mother is born as a kind of animal that you stay in the rocks. Yeah? Yeah, kind of that. And in a rock, in a family's house in Tibet. So to liberate that animal, then he has to go there and break the rock and remove the body out and then do poa and this. So he physically went to Tibet via Sikkim area, Arunachal. He had a translator. It's about 10th century or between 10th and 11th century, just before Milarepa. So he went to Tibet. This family's house is in my homeland, near my homeland. And he came all the way there. And his translator got killed by a snake. So then he came on the way, he came there alone as a beggar. And he came to the family's house. And then he was begging and he was asking, and they say, where are you from? Because Indian looking. So he said, I am yogi, yeah, hum yogi hai. In our language, in the Kham, my homeland, yogi means spinning, to make thread. Yeah? But actually he said, I am yogi, yeah? But they thought he knows how to do this. So they employed him there to make them. So he stayed there, yeah? He wanted the rock from the kitchen. So he stayed there for 3 years. Finally he managed. Okay, when he passed away by smallpox. Yeah? In my homeland, okay? That pagoda, that stupa was there, and later the Cultural Revolutionists, they destroyed it. That stupa is there, was there when we were kids' time. And he made a wish that all people who get smallpox should be helped by my
Remnants, my body.
my body. So he instructed to his. At the end, then people know that he is great yogi, and then he started teaching there. That is the first teaching after the king, the Tibetan king who destroyed Buddhists. Langdharma, yeah, that was the first. The temple in my homeland is called Longtang, is Green Tara Temple, and he taught Abhidhamma there. That was the first time. Yeah. So, okay, when he passed away, he instructed to his disciples that build a stupa and put his body in it. When the chicken pox, the smallpox happening, people go there to eat the fungus from the pagoda, stupa. And then the smallpox change into white. That means then you will not die. They have been doing that for few centuries. No, yeah. And the Chaitanya was there, and communists, they destroyed it. Okay, so he passed away already, but his wish is happening, naturally. So we cannot do that, yeah? Everyone cannot do that. He can do that because his great qualified bodhisattva. So you have born again as a bodhisattva. No, if you don't associate with living beings, you will not be able to be bodhisattva. But you can be arhat. Yeah, do you know arhat means, how do you translate it, arhat in English?
Foe destroyer.
Huh?
Foe destroyer.
Foe destroyer. Who destroy the enemies. Enemy here refers to your own afflictions. So one who destroyed your afflictions, you are enlightened. Means they have enormous concentration power, and then they focus on the selflessness, and then continuously they do that meditation, and then you will be enlightened as a self liberator, like that, similar. Anyway, so okay, now here, and after you recited mantra and then absorbed Chenrezig into you, and yourself is absorbed by itself, and then your mind is in Mahamudra, or mind is in nature state of mind. You should sit on that as long as possible, okay? And then when you want to stop the practice, and suddenly you appear as again in Chenrezig form. You are as Chenrezig. Okay? And all the universe, all the world is Chenrezig, Nirvana of Chenrezig. All the sentient beings are Chenrezig. All the sounds are mantra. Try to imagine like that for a little while. And dedication practice here after this. You should do Tonglen practice here. Concentrate on your breath. Yeah, merits went to sentient beings, and breathing in, relieve their sufferings and ignorant. Do some training for that. Okay? Stop for a little while. Okay. Short break. I think you should open the windows. Very suffocating. AC.
AC is on.
Uh-huh.
You want a little bit more up the AC?
I don't feel that. But do you need a short break? Do you need short break or not? Okay.